Hey everyone, welcome back. In today's tutorial, I'll show you how to build a complete helpdesk system in Power Apps. We'll cover everything from the data schema, the app design, and how all the pieces work together to give you a seamless support experience. So this is the final helpdesk app that we're going to build. By the end of this tutorial, you'll have a fully functioning system like this one, where you'll be able to track all your tickets, manage your agents and employees, and also organize the requests by the categories. Our helpdesk data model contains these four main tables. We have got the employees table, which holds all the staff member details, and these people are the ones that are going to be able to raise the tickets. So one employee can actually raise multiple tickets, hence the one-to-many relationship. And on the far left-hand side here, we have got the support agents table. The support agent is just the IT staff members that will be responsible for resolving those tickets. So one support agent can be assigned to multiple tickets. But how do we classify these tickets to say this one is a hardware issue, maybe it's network related, or maybe it's a door access issue? How exactly do we categorize those? This is the part where the ticket category table is coming into play, because now we'll be able to, if we have to build a BI dashboard on top of this application, then we'll be able to slice the filter to say we will just want to see items for this particular category, tickets for this category, and then it will filter out the entire list. And in the center of our system is the ticket table. This one is going to hold all the information from the title, description, priority, with the source, whether it's coming from a form, email, or a phone call, or maybe someone just walked in, who requested, who has been assigned to, and the actual status as well. So let's go ahead and actually build these tables and set up the Dataverse relationships and everything else. So let's turn our data model to life. So as always, I always advise that you create everything in a solution so that it's a container. It's easy to move items if you want to deploy into production or move it to a test environment. So in our make.powerapps portal, we go to solutions, new solution, give it a name. Now that we've created our solution, we've called it helpdesk system. And as you can see, there's nothing in here. Let's go ahead and create all those tables that I showed earlier on the data model. But we're going to do it with a twist today. Instead of us going into creating a table, adding those columns manually, we're going to use Copilot to create all those tables quickly. How we do that is we still go to new and go to table. And here you see that you have got three options. You have got tables, advanced properties, and virtual table. Virtual table is when you want to virtualize an SQL database or a SharePoint. So you just want to virtualize it in a database that is already existing. So you bring it into Dataverse. But when it comes time for creating tables manually, from setting up the name, the columns, and everything else, we use table advanced properties. In this scenario, we're going to use tables, the first one. So when we select tables, we're going to be greeted with this screen here. You can start with Copilot, upload from SharePoint list. If you have got an Excel or a CSV, you can add it here. If you just want to do it manually, you can also start from blank. But what we're going to do here, we're going to start with Copilot. And all I'm going to do is paste in a prompt here. So let's read what the prompt is saying. I'm asking it to create a table called HD employee for helpdesk, the initial HD, with these columns: employee name, set it as required, email, which is an email type, department, which is text, job title, which is text, phone number, which is phone. And all we have to do is click generate. What is going to happen now is that Copilot is understanding our statement to say, I want to create these tables. So instead of me manually creating to say, okay, this is the table name, these are the columns, you see what has happened there. It has automatically detected my language, what I've given it, to give us this table right here. So in here, I can choose to show less. If I've got more columns, I can also choose to add more. A question that you may have is, are we just limited to the columns that we've prompted here? The answer is no. If let's say you want to add a few more details, or maybe you want to change the job title into a lookup, for example, what you do is you select the table, and as you can see here at the top here, there'll be view data that pops up. Click on view data, and here when it generates, it also populates with sample data. I can choose to say I want to add a new column and I want to give it a name, and this is the data type. So it's that simple. So you're not just limited to what AI or Copilot is going to generate for you. You can also just edit it, and you can also delete, remove columns here, and then edit it. It's all up to you. This one is generated with AI when it has been created, because now it's just in a state that it's not yet saved. As you can see here, we haven't yet saved and published. So that is the reason why it just shows this default icon here. But when it has been created, it will show the Dataverse icon to say this is a Dataverse table. Remember, we had 4 more tables, so let me just copy the prompt here. To add another table, I'll say add new table, and I can choose to describe new table. And from here, I'll paste in our prompt here to say create a table, HD support agent with these columns, agent name, email, agent ID, team as text, and we generate that as well. So you see here, I had told it to say support agent, the team is text, but here it has detected it as team should be lookup. So what usually happens is that sometimes Copilot will guide you to say, I feel like the best practice is for you to have it this way. I just want to cook up a simple solution. We don't want team to be its own thing here. So what we can do is I can select the HD support agent table, click on view data. Instead of team being there, I can edit this column and team update it to text. And if I update it and go back here, you see that connection has been severed. Here it's no longer related to this one, and we don't need the team table, so that one we can remove it. So that's actually better, because I wanted to show how you can also manipulate the data that is already existing in your Copilot workspace here. So now let's go ahead and create our third table, which is the category table. Same as before, new table, we describe it. Create a table called HD ticket category with these columns, category name, description, multi-line text, generate. So our 3 parent tables have been created, which are these ones. And from here, let's just proceed to create the child table. So as before, creating a table, HD ticket with these columns, title, description. I've also added the data types here. Status, it should be a choice with these options here. Priority should be also there. The choices to say the source, whether it's from email or Microsoft Form or AI agent. Phone or portal workup, it should also be there. Created on. We don't want created on, because remember, Dataverse automatically creates other columns like created on, who created it, the owner. So we don't need to have this here, so we can just take it out. So we have got the requester, which is a lookup from HD employee. So let's see if it will detect that, to say it will add that lookup to say this one is a relationship, not just a text field. And assigned to should also be a lookup from support agent, and category should also be lookup from category table as well. So let's generate. There we go. Our ticket table has been created, and it has already detected the employee relationship and the support agent relationship. But here we had also told it to add the ticket category, but it hasn't detected it. So what we should do is let's click on view more and select the ticket category. It wasn't showing because it was hidden on the columns list. So if I hide it from here, it will just show as if there's no relationship between the two, but there's actually a relationship between these 2 items. So as you can see here, one category can have multiple items. So all our tables are good to go here. So that's how easy it is for you to set up the Dataverse tables. Unlike the traditional method of creating each and every item individually, from here, you can just go ahead and create those. And let's just confirm if we have got our status is a choice field with those fields. Priority is a choice field with those fields as well. And our source as well is a drop down with those options as well. So as you can see, we All we had to do is use our natural language to describe what we want, and it has set it up for us. How do we move from here? From here, all we have to do is to click save and exit at the top there, and save and exit. And remember, we are creating this in our solution called Helpdesk system. What it means is that every table that we've created here, it will be housed in that solution. So as you can see here, our tables have been created there in the solution. A question you might ask is, how about the views? Because remember, when we're setting up the tables manually, we have to create the views. We have to create a lot of things, the forms, how they'll look. So what happens is, when you prompt Copilot to do that for you, it will set up the views, it will set up the forms as well, but it doesn't customize the forms to show subgrids, etc. So for example, we have got the category table. On the ticket category form, what Copilot does is it just takes all those columns that you've prompted and adds them on the form, including the default owner column. So what you need to do is, let's say you've created a lot of tables using Copilot, and you don't necessarily need to have the owner on the actual form. You can just edit them, but everything else will be laid out for you by default. And on category, remember, one category can belong to multiple tickets. So I want to set up our model-driven application in a way that when someone opens up the ticket category, they can actually see all the tickets that are falling under that category. So to do that, so this is the part where Copilot, we can prompt it to do that, because remember, it had not yet created the tables. And so we just told it to create the tables, and we can do the massaging of the data manually. So I'll just grab a section, add it there, and then I can just call it tickets. And what we do is we can just add a subgrid in here. Okay, so that's the customization that you can do, but you're not necessarily having to go through the hassle of creating each and every nitty-gritty. You're just becoming the architect on top of what Copilot has already done for you, just to massage you to make sure that every item is where you want it to be. All right, now that our tables have been created, let's go ahead and create the model-driven application. With all our tables set up, let's go ahead and create the model-driven application. So in our solution still, click on New, App, Model-Driven App, give it a name. So on here, let's click on Add Page. And what we want to do is to add Dataverse tables. And we used initials of HT. So we have the employee, support agents, tickets, and the category. Let's add those. We can just rename our group here to dashboard. Save and publish at the top. Now that we've built the app, adding and managing information is straightforward. For example, to create a new ticket, I'll just go to Tickets and click New at the top here. Fill in the details on my form. Assign it to an agent and specify the ticket category. After that is done, click Save. In the background, a Power Automate flow will notify the support agent to take action on this request. So that's how easy it is to manage information in this application. So this wraps up everything we've covered today, building a complete helpdesk system from scratch. In the future, I'm planning to expand on this topic, like integrating it with Microsoft Forms or emails, so stay tuned for that. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe, and let me know what you'd like to see next. Thanks for watching.